Shalom. I was by the river and I was looking up at the sky, and the clouds were heavy with water, and they were resting upon the firmament, and that's what gave me the inspiration of this lesson. But the dark spot is, like the bottom part. That's it's resting upon the firmament that the Lord created. I just wanted to say this before I actually did the lesson, because I didn't want it to just be silent and you just looking at the picture. But how it rests upon the firmament is very beautiful. All right, shalom, shalom. This is Ariel Ben Yasharallah Diagonalizing in Camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, and to the Son, in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha, Rachah, Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. A double honor to my elder as well, down here in the Lions Den Camp, a hard one by Yasharallah, and a sincere to water to the Akim, the Akwathim, and the Bunyim, the brothers, the sisters, and the children who are pushing the truth and believe with sincerity, the water and Shalom. So, Khan, this lesson is about the foundation that the Lord made. Not foundation, but the firmament that the Lord made. Genesis chapter 1, we'll get right into it. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and seeing that the clouds are flat at the bottom, you can see that firmament. And when you go into that word firmament, the Hebrew, so the website that I used to use to translate the Hebrew, it used to show the Paleo Hebrew, so I was able to properly pronounce it. But then now it's starting to show Yiddish, and I thought I could skip Yiddish class, but I'm gonna have to go to Yiddish class to properly translate it back into the Paleo Hebrew tongue. But on the website, the King James, but it's the King James, but after the M it's a .es. Shout out to the bishop Hanat. He put me onto the website to go back into the Hebrew and stuff like that. But it's showing it's one of two ways: Ra Yai, or it's Ra Yai. All right, so, and there will be there will be a symbol underneath two of the characters to take off the A sound from the Ya, so that way the I can be there. So Ya I, instead of saying Ya I, you would say Yai. But so and what that means is but what that means is a properly an expanse, the firmament or apparently visible arch of the sky firmament, extended surface solid, expanse firmament, expanse flat as base support, firmament a vault of heaven supporting waters above, considered by Hebrews as solid supporting waters above. So that's what the Lord created. He well, let's go back. Oh, Salakia. Uh Let there be a firmament in the midst, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And we see it every day. All right. Well, I'll say, everybody sees it every day, but everybody is blind to the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because looking at that, that's the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. Uh, and let divide the waters. Verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And the waters that are below the firmament are the waters that are in rivers, lakes, beaches, oceans, and stuff like that. And the firmament, it's like in the waters that are above the firmament are the clouds, atmospheric rivers, stuff that our eyes can't really see, but there's rivers and stuff like that, and waters above our head, billions of pounds of water, billions of gallons of water. Why can't it be pounds? But billions of gallons of water above our heads, and the Lord did that separation. Verse 8, and God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. So that's the creation of the firmament that we and we you can see it. It's cool that Yahweh Shem Shai gives us eyes that we can see that that separation and see that solid expanse that He made. All right, I'm gonna get up to my next scripture. All right, this is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 15. It says, "He hath made the earth by His power; He hath established the world by His wisdom, and hath straightened." Wisdom was the first element. All right, wisdom was the first element. So when we're out there on our highways and byways, or when we're in our daily life and we're speaking the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we're speaking the first element that was ever that we're speaking the first element that was properly that was brought forth. All right, and so it's a very powerful energy that we receive and put into this realm that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gifts to us. All right, His spirit. All right, his order and His authority. He hath made the world. It's like He hath made the earth by His power. He hath established the world by His wisdom. He hath stretched out the heaven by His understanding. Beautiful. When He uttereth His voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heaven. What scientists call it dark matter. All right, but there's a multitude of waters in heaven. They did a It's like, hold on a second. Wow. Salakia. There was a multitude of waters on myself, Salakia. But going back to multitude of waters, scientists talk about it's dark matter. There was a science experiment that was done. There was a science experiment that was done by some scientists. It's like I don't know, but they got a tank of water and they put a frequency and they made an air bubble and they put a frequency inside of it and made like a little bit of light. So what we know is the Shemayim, and Bishop was just going over this on the Discord. What we know is the Shemayim is water, but in a different form. The same way ice is water or steam is water, But it's a multitude of waters out there. All right, that the Lord is that the Lord. It's like it. Verse 16. When He uttereth His voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heaven, and He causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain. This is all beautiful order and establishment and creations that, and bringeth forth the wind out of His treasures. I mean, it's beautiful. Verse 17. Every man is brutish by his knowledge. And people think it's funny that it went. Verse 16 is so beautiful, and verse 16 is putting your mind in the heavens and putting your mind with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And verse 17, it makes you remember the earthly realm and the fact that Esau and the wicked is ruling his kingdom now, because every man is brutish in his own knowledge, and we see so many individuals who are brutish in their own knowledge. All right, in their knowledge. All right, not the knowledge of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, in their knowledge. Every founder is confounded. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. They're either lusting or going after the dollar, going after guns, going after themselves, like their own power, going after the woman. Just going after whatever thing that they can see and they put their hope in. All right. But also after graven images as well. Christendom, all right, Islam. I know there's some African customs that are also idolatrous as well. It's like you. Oh, Egyptology. They're idolaters as well. Um, but verse 17: Every man is brutish by his own knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image, for his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They're just things. They are vanity, the work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. The time of in Slakia, in the time of the visitation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, they're going to perish. All right. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, not former as in time, but former as in present, forming. All right. In the same way, I think either the bishop or the elder has said this on our link up or on our Discord. We was former creating. Or how Esau says that the earth is still expanding. The earth is still Slakia, the earth. The universe is still expanding. The universe is still being created, and it's gonna and Khan. And so, but Esau just takes away the. So it was the bishop Khan. I remember him saying, but Esau just takes away the power and glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Portion not like them, for he is the former of all things, Yahweh. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Khan, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All these other nations don't have an inheritance with the creator of the heavens and the earth. All right, they can just be in the simulation and just be NPCs and just have at it. They'll get out there and be somebody, type shit. But with the nation of Israel, Yahweh wants to establish righteousness in them, all right, and give them unto Yahweh to be ruled over, all right, and for Yahweh's kingdom to be established on the face of the earth, all right. I wonder if IUIC bring this verse out. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the inheritance. Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies is the Lord of hosts. Yahweh is his name. All right. So, I mean, Kahalim Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that we have this knowledge. Kahalim Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that all we have to do is look up and be reminded that there's so much more than what we see. There's so much more than what we can see. All right. There's so much more than what we can see. I might name the title. Name the title that. Name the title that. Name the lesson that. It's lucky. Is it recording? All right, so bet. So let me get my next scripture. So this is Psalms chapter 104, verse 5. It says, "Who laid the foundation?" Hold on, let me to give context, because this isn't a question, but at the same time, it's a statement, a meditation upon the mighty power and wonderful providence of Yahweh Khan. So, who laid the foundation? Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever? All right, and that goes into the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the same way he made the firmament, an extended surface, solid expanse firmament. All right, flat as base support. All right, he also put the earth, all right, on a foundation as well. All right, in the Shemayim. Why I do this to look around, but in the Shemayim. All right, in the Shemayim. That's how we. That's Salakia. I'm getting excited. I'm stuttering. But that's where that's shoot. That's the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, pretty much. That's the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Just looking up and seeing the firmament, seeing the clouds rest upon them, looking up, and even if we can't see the clouds resting upon the firmament, knowing that it's there, all right, just looking at the expanse of the skies. Matter of fact, let me get that. Come on, this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Con. So whenever you want to just get a whenever you want to just get a glimpse into the mind of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, look up and see the expanse that's above our heads at all times. All right, that, and then even more so, how the con all that. But matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I'm talking about the sun. Con, I was looking for a different scripture. I couldn't find it, but in trying to find out, when I found this one, which is super fine, it's Psalms 19:1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, and this is truly a psalm, and it is beautiful. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiworks. Day unto day uttereth speech, night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Man, that's beautiful. That's exactly the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's the voice that some people don't have the ears to hear, unfortunately. All right, but at the same time, it's there. At the same that is beautiful. You know, call Lam Yahweh Shem Yahushua. My phone about to go out. No, I'm all right, bet. Doing verse 5, which is a verse 4. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. Con. And this isn't the scripture I wanted, but it's still going into the power and into the majesty of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse Slakia. Verse 5, which is a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. Con. And that's how the sun moves across the earth, man. It's just a beautiful process that Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up. It's a beautiful creation that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has created. All right. But I pray and hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.